Welcome teachers. So today in this video I'm going to show you how you can make use of a learning management system for taking your periodic tests. As most of you would be concerned about taking your periodic tests, and most of you are planning to take an objective type of test. So in this video I'm going to guide you through that how you can set up a quiz for taking your periodic test and what all things you can do and how you can also see the results of those tests. So in a teacher's login, in Teach tab, I am going to open in a new tab. So now I can see the existing courses that I have made. Similarly, you would have also made courses and already started using our system. So now you want to take a periodic test. So how to go about that? First, go into the class course, your class and subject. Click on edit in the course. So you would have already added your chapters and you would have probably already started to use it. So now for taking a periodic test, below all your present content, there will be a plus right section name through which you make a chapter. So make a chapter called as periodic test 1. Okay, and press enter. So now under this periodic test 1 chapter, we are going to have a quiz for, let's say, PD1, periodic test 1, for this particular subject. Let's say if it's science. Okay. So as most of your students would be already using the LMS, so if you add anything inside it will be visible to the students. But you want to hide the quiz or you want to publish it on one particular day or time. Till then you want the content to be hidden. So how to go about that? So first select the quiz icon. Type in the title of your quiz, PT1 Science, let's say, and now I want to post date this, or I want to hide the particular quiz. So what I'll do is I'll go to content drip. In content drip, if you're not using it, I would suggest you enable it and select the specific time after enrolled and click on settings. So once you click on settings, you'll be able to see the different. So now select the one. Here instead of immediately we'll put a specific date and we'll select the date. Let's say I want to have my periodic test on Monday, 27th on Monday. So I'll select the date and I'll select the time. So this is a 24 hours clock. So say I want to take it morning 9 AM and if I want to set 9:30 AM, I can set 4 minutes. I'll click on done. After that, I will click on update. And again, update. So the most common mistake that teachers do while setting content drip is they just click on update over here and close the window completely. Don't do that. Remember that come back to edit course page. This is your edit course page and you have to click on update over here as well. Because your change needs to get saved. And it's better to have the habit to click on update in edit course page every time you make a change. So now we have hidden it. So we can add the content inside it. In case if you have a doubt, you can click on preview changes and verify whether that quiz has been hidden or not. So over here I can see the locked icon, and when I'll open that in preview, I'll be able to see that it will be available on this particular time. So this is a very good option because then the students will know at what time and date you have scheduled the periodic test for. So you don't need to be worried about them being informed or not. In case if they're checking their course page every day, they will know that they have a periodic test, and when they open that, when they try to click on open, when you click on it, they'll be able to see when it's going to become available and at what time. So you can confirm whether you have post dated it. Once you have confirmed it, now we can add content inside the quiz. So I'll go to the quiz page, I'll click on edit item. Okay. See, I can write my instructions, whatever your instructions are for your periodic test, you can write in the chat text box over here. options, you can also write best of luck. So in that way you can write your instructions. After that, we are going to create a question. So if you already have your question sheet ready in Word or anywhere else, you can directly copy paste. So for now, I'll do that. So once your question is entered, I'll click, there is an option, add as new. I'll select the question type. Make sure you select, if it's a true or false, you can select true or false. If it's multi-choice, then there are 2 correct answers. So I would recommend that if you're going to take an exam, you might use true or false or single choice questions. You can use a multi-choice question, but then there'll be 2 correct answers. So now, single choice. So again, if your options are already present, you can copy paste those as well. I'll do it so. Now by default, you get 3 options which I have added. Now if I want to add a 4th option, I'll click on add option and I'll add my 4th option. So once you have added all your options, make sure that you put your blue mark in front of the correct answer. Okay. So now for any particular question, let's say for mathematics or any other subject where you want to give a picture or you want to give an additional information along with the one-line question, what you can do is, again, for the same question, you can click on edit item tab and the question will open in a new tab. So over here, you can add your formulas, you can have special characters, you can add special characters to that. Let's see, I want to do lambda is equal to, if I'm giving any fractions or special characters, I can add it over here. If you have added in Word, you can copy paste those as well. You can also add additional text. Also, if you are going to give any image, over here in the title you can say write the image and solve. That can also be an option. You can, let's say I want to add an image of a graph. So I'll click on add media and I'll add an image of a graph. Okay. So now in that way you can add images to your question. Once you have added, make sure you click on update over here. Close this window, and in the quiz window, make sure in the edit quiz window you again click on update. Okay. So now whatever you have added will be visible over here. You can see the image you added. You can see the additional text as well. You can set marks and you can set question explanation if you want. But the question explanation is mainly for the review, so I wouldn't recommend writing just now. Later on, maybe once your quiz is done and all the children have given their attempts, after that you can give the review option. So you can minimize it and we can begin with the another question. So in that way you can add as many questions as you want. So in that way you can add as many questions as you want. After that is the settings part. So now the review question setting is so that the children, after completing their quiz, after getting results, can check out their answer key. So we would recommend that you don't take the review question setting as of now. Let the children complete their quiz and maybe next day you come over here and give the review option so that next day the students can check out the answer keys or they can check out where they went wrong in that particular quiz, which limits the option of cheating, because if one child sees the review beforehand, other children are solving, they can share the answers among them. So to avoid that kind of behavior, what we can do is we won't enable the review questions option just now. We will enable it later on. So duration, as all are working from, all of them are answering from phone and may have some network issues. So I would suggest to give a little more duration, like if you're going to ideally take for 10 minutes, give 15 minutes maybe. Then passing grade, that can be set by the teacher. how much she wants to set it for. Retake attempts. So now as we are going to take an exam, at first we won't give a retake attempt. In case if there are any problems later on, we can come over here and give retake attempts. And update. Make sure you do that. Click on update so your changes are saved. So in that way, now we have created a periodic quiz for one subject. For one, let's say for. So make sure you come back to your course page and you'll see that you have made a quiz for PQ1 Science. I'll again update this. So now we have made for one subject. Now let's say I want to make for another subject. So what we'll do, if I'm teaching, as a teacher I'm taking multiple subjects, I'll again go back to my courses tab over here. And similarly, I can take a periodic test 1 for, let's say I'm also teaching class 10 maths. So I'll again go to maths course. Say I'm going to make a periodic chapter called as periodic quiz. Periodic test 1. And now over here I'll make a quiz called as PT1 maths. So in that way you have to make it for each and every subject that you are going to teach. Say rest of procedure would be the same that we did it for the earlier quiz as well. Just make sure you post date the quiz every time through content rep. So once the children have given their quizzes, the question comes that from where the teacher can check. So for that, I'll show you an example of the schools who have already conducted. Once your children complete the quiz and you want to check the results of the quiz, so from where you can do that. So for every teacher's login, we have added a tab called as quiz report. So now as many schools have already started to take the exams, so you have to select the course, you have to select the quiz, and then you'll see a complete report. You'll see a report of all the with the start time, end time, how much marks they scored, and when you click on detail, you'll be able to see which option they chose, what was the correct answer. So in that way you can observe the quiz in detail as well. The best part is that these reports can also be saved with you. You can do export to Excel and save this, and you can then decide on how you want to give marks for that periodic test. They can be printed as well. So if you are going to teach multiple courses and you are taking multiple quizzes, you will see the courses that you have made. Let's say I am going to check for another course. Similarly, I'll check for another course as well. So I'll see a report of that particular course as well. So in that way, you can successfully take your periodic tests and using a learning management system. Thank you.